So now you can see the Excel survey format, right?
Yep.
Okay. So here is USA crop and equation 5, 6, 8, 9. So you can select whatever you want to fill in equation.
Just ask a quick clarification with the native bee thing.
Okay.
So because there's lots of non-honeybee wild. I mean, there's a number of them that are not native that are out there. Like I have tons of lazy glossum lucozonium, which are not native, but they've been around for a long time, and they're like the solitary wild bee kind of thing. Am I excluding that, or is it really just
I think
versus everything else?
I think we should just go with wild. Not, I mean.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
And then this is Mace here. What if we've got a question about land use cover? For example, actually, with what Insu's got up on the screen right now, most of those categories make intuitive sense and I know what they are, but then we get to barren. And I don't know what the hell that is.
Barren. Okay. In the README file, there are some description about the barren. What's barren?
Okay.
So in the README file, so barren is the area of bedrock and desert pavement. And generally, vegetation accounts for less than 15% of total cover. That is barren. Okay. So based on this information, and you can assign some value.
Yeah, Mace, we asked you because of your expertise on bees and glacial debris. So if you could supply that now, that would be great.
This is actually my work in the gravel pits. This will be particularly useful.
Excellent.
So let me try to fill in the survey format. So here's if you use in the USA crop, here's alfalfa. So you can check what is alfalfa attribute means in the appendix 1 in README file. So alfalfa is just alfalfa, right?
It's alfalfa.
Yeah. And other hay is other hay and non-alfalfa. And there is what is non-alfalfa is some
there we go.
information is here. So in the note. So you can use this table to before assigning some value. So in spring season, you can assign. So here is another useful section in the README file is instruction summary. So you can see the whole thing in one page. So in the alfalfa, you see you decide like a low quality in spring field. So then you can select 2, square number 2 here. Then you can select 4 different certainty levels. But if once you select certain numbers, scores in bloom column, you should select between among the low, medium, high certainty level. So if high certainty level, then you just guess how many number of weeks they have a bloom duration. Then you, based on the 12 weeks, so all season is 12 weeks between certain months. Like spring season is we defined March to May, so you can determine just 6 weeks. If you and then in the summer season, just imagine if you really don't know what's bloom quality in the summer season for alfalfa, then you remain the empty cell. Then you can select super low here. That means it can be any value. So your certainty level is very low. So it can be get any value in here. Then you don't need to put any duration number here. also.
Okay.
And then ground. So most of nest, it is very difficult to fill in the nesters, right? It's very high, and it's the same way you can fill in the for ground. You fill alfalfa gave a medium quality for nesting suitability. You can select 3, and if you have a medium certainty, you can select certainty. And if you don't know the cavity or if ground, the alfalfa gave a very low suitability value for cavity, you can select 1. It's very low. Then you also determine which certainty levels. It may be if you really has a high certainty level for the very low value, then you can select high. In this way, you can fill the whole categories. Yeah. Please don't skip any categories. If you skip the categories, we will assume you can select super low. So if you skip certain category, we assume that your opinion is super low. So it can be any value. Yeah. In this way, you can also do the ecoregion. So in this ecoregion 5, I make orders based on the most and their area size. So ecoregion 5 has deciduous forest is large, right? So, and then you can select some value for bloom certainty and duration the same way. So you can select any value, and so it is very difficult to assign duration, bloom duration for deciduous forest, but we recommend to use your guess or your knowledge or experience to select a certain number of weeks for bloom duration column. Yes. So this way you can fill out ecoregion, one of the ecoregion worksheet and USA crop worksheet. Yes. Do you have any kind of concern or questions?
This is Rob again.
Yes.
And I just want to say this was helpful, and I sure appreciated it. But I have to run. I have to teach in about 3 minutes.
Okay.
So I got lab to teach. So, but when do you want these in?
Like 2 weeks later, maybe.
Sure. Okay. So, okay. That's what I was trying to figure out, because I can definitely do, I think, the USA crops in ecoregion 7 and 8. So.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would be great. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will try to work on that as soon as I can.
Yeah, and then
right.
One more thing is when you fill out ecoregion 8, please specify your region, like ecoregion 8 north or south, something like that. It will be helpful to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, because that one's huge, and I'll be focusing mainly on the Midwest there. So.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay,
Rob.
thanks
a lot.
Thanks.
Bye.
Insoo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So for the duration, and I get this applies a little bit to the crops, but I'm looking at the ecoregion right now. It seems to me like bloom, so right now I have duration as like all 6s for spring, all 10s for summer, and all 8s for autumn, because on a 30-meter pixel basis, there's going to be multiple species in each one of those, and I figure, well, spring has individual plants have short blooms, and there's just little available good weather, at least in my region, for bloom, so 6 weeks seems reasonable. But then it should also interact a little bit with what I expect plant species richness to be. So, for example, in barren, I have spring bloom should be very low because there'll just be some weeds there. Yeah. But that's also going to interact with the duration, because even if on a 30-meter pixel there's several weedy species blooming in spring, because there's few species, there's going to be blooms at a shorter period of time.
Sure. Yeah.
So I just incorporate that too.
Yeah, I think that's a great example. So basically, if it's a very sparsely vegetated habitat and sparsely blooming throughout the time period, you put basically low values in each, and you get overall it's a very not a great quality site for floral in terms of the total resources throughout the season. Yep.
Okay, so we should let those two things be correlated.
Yeah, oftentimes they are, right?
Yeah, that's okay. If it is high, if it shows high correlation, we don't need to wait duration. So, yeah.
I mean, they could be correlated or not, depending on the habitat. It could be
right.
A big burst of activity for only, like on crops, that's usually more the case. But yeah.
Okay.
So does everyone feel okay filling this out in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think so. Actually stayed pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Well, thanks, you guys. Yeah, this works. I think if I do have follow-up questions, I'll just get in touch with you and to ask. But this seems pretty straightforward to me. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thanks. Okay. Elaine, does this seem good to you?
Yeah, it looks good. And same kind of thing. If I run into questions while I'm filling it out, I'll let you guys know if I have uncertainties about things.
Okay.
Actually, I did have one clarifying question. Just to make sure. So ground nesting bees, that's easy. Cavity nesting bees, assuming we're thinking mostly of bumblebees in that case. Stem, we're thinking it's like Ceratina. And then wood, thinking more like Osmia, leaf cutters, things like that. Just to clarify.
Yeah, I think Insu and I are probably the wrong people to answer that one. But if you can send an email, but I think that sounds right. Yeah.
I mean, in theory, I should be the right person to ask.
Yeah, so
I just want to make sure.
That's what you say. But it's basically the ability of those cover types to have stems or appropriate wood for wood nesters and cavities and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think, there are some species that are both, ground and stem nesters, but as long as you're just thinking about those habitats and what they provide, it'll cover all of those things.
Yeah, and so that's right. So if they provide more than one type, put more than one type in. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. I'll think, elderberry and sumac for stem and just general woody plants for wood. That'll be fine. Okay. I'll make something up for you guys.
That's reassuring.
Just kidding.
Just don't screw up the barren one.
Okay, right. No, I know. I'm going to have to figure out if I'm thinking about sand dunes or what. Oh, that's great.
In a special case, in the open water in the ecoregion worksheet, you may select just 0 for that land cover type because it is just open water. So then you don't need to select any certainty levels. So this is just absolutely 0 resource.
Yeah.
Unless there's a lot of ponds with lotuses blooming in them.
Or pickerel weed.
Hopefully that would be an herbaceous one.
Oh, okay. So open water is just like a river
Just-
or.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
well, yeah. Yeah.
We can work with that. At least I
Okay.
can go with. I mean, if pickerel weeds coming up through the edge around the edges of a pond, one could argue that either way, but I can lump that into herbaceous wetlands.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Signing
All
off.
right. Signing off. All right. Well, so let us know if you have questions, and thanks so much for your help.
Okay.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. This is a great project.
Cool. Thanks.